Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Nathan, I'm a Dallas Stars fan if you don't know already, and today I just wanted to explain my thoughts on everything and also congratulate the Tampa Bay Lightning on winning the 2020 Stanley Cup. Now this video is going to be less edited, so all I'm going to say is hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you haven't already. Join the Grav gang, we're close to 23k subscribers, and I just wanted to talk about this game, about this series, and my thoughts as a Dallas Stars fan. And first and foremost, I want to again congratulate the Stanley Cup champions, Tampa Bay Lightning, but especially their fans. The Bolts fans have been through a lot, especially people that weren't alive for the 2004 Cup. I was 1 year old when that happened, so pretty long time ago. But this Bolts core has been there for a long time, has tried time and time and time over to get up the hump, get over that hump, and it finally has happened. It took 2020 where a pandemic and they had to go all into bubbles and there was 24 teams involved for the Tampa Bay Lightning to do it, but they freaking did it and they accomplished what they needed to accomplish. And Steven Stamkos is a Tampa Bay Lightning captain and Stanley Cup champion. Now, in terms of this Game 6 and in terms of this series, I think the Tampa Bay Lightning definitely deserved to win this series, especially as this series went on. In Game 1, I thought the Stars looked pretty solid, obviously won it, and I thought it was going to be maybe an easier series potentially for the Stars. I had them winning in 7, just for context, and right after Game 1, you had Game 2, which was just, what the heck is even happening here? Why are we even doing this? Game 3 goes, Tampa wins it again, and then in Game 4, you somehow have the Lightning winning again, and then in Game 5, the Lightning still play like the better team, but it goes into overtime and Corey Perry breathes new life into the Dallas Stars and gives them one final chance to go to Game 6. And then Game 6 comes, and the first period is like, at the end, like 12-1 or something stupid, the shots ending the first period, and the Stars obviously were outmatched. Right at that moment, I knew the Stars weren't winning, and then as Brayden Point scored, and then as number 2, Blake Coleman scored, play no Texas proud, I pretty much knew it was over. The Stars had some wonderful chances, and Vasilevsky with that leg save as well, making it look like pretty easy for him at least, and he certainly had a great game. But I feel like Tampa, just from a top-down perspective, played awesome. Especially that third line, which is always on it, but that line of Gord, Coleman, and Gaudreau is always awesome, but especially in this game, I thought they were every shift just demoralizing for the Dallas Stars, both on offense and on defense. That line is insane, and of course, they won the Stanley Cup, so who cares if they spent a first-round pick on Barclay Goodrow? It's a Stanley Cup champion, Barclay Goodrow. So as this game went on, I just knew that the Dallas Stars would be it. And at this point, of course, I was streaming this game, just got done streaming it, by the way, but during the whole thing, I was kind of just sitting back, especially as the game progressed. I was just sitting back and honestly just being happy that the Dallas Stars got to this point. I mean, this might be the only time they're in the Stanley Cup final in my lifetime. I mean, I'm 17, so we'll see. I hope not, that's for sure, but who knows? I mean, at this point, the Dallas Stars, I think, are a team that should probably go in the rebuild mode. They might have a couple more years of playoff contention, but I don't think they ever get this far, especially 2 wins away from the Stanley Cup final. I'm just happy that the Stars made this a series. They won Game 5 and gave us a Game 6. I mean, that's pretty solid. I would have much preferred to lose in Game 6 than lose in Game 5. And for Corey Perry to get those 2 goals, for all that to happen, I'm pretty happy, but obviously that Game 6 was definitely a dud for the Stars. But in every way, the Tampa Bay Lightning just were determined to end it today and tonight. They were on their game. Pretty much every single facet, I can say, was awesome. The penalty kill, as the power play started to come for the Stars, was a little bit shaky, but still didn't allow anything, and that was the big thing. A goose egg in this Game 6, shutout for Andrei Vasilevsky. Wonderful game, even though it didn't really get too much of a workload. I don't even know if he made 20 saves. Still, the saves that he did make were pretty solid, and who cares? Tampa, in the end, won Game 6 and are the Stanley Cup champions. And I just want to go through some of the players that I think I'm happy the most for in winning the Stanley Cup. Obviously, Steven Stamkos, captain, has gone through so much, so many injuries, so many different stuff. I mean, you look back at 2014 where he was injured during this play in the Olympics, wasn't able to go. In 2018, of course, no NHL players were allowed, and he was never able to win the Stanley Cup for Tampa until today. He only played 1 period of hockey in these playoffs, but still made it count with a goal, and was the first one to hoist the Stanley Cup. You had Victor Hedman, who won the Conn Smythe. Personally, I would have gone with Brayden Point. I think he was more valuable throughout this playoff run when he was on, or when he was healthy. But Victor Hedman is a quality choice as well, was healthy throughout the whole thing, and was an anchor on that defense. And a lot of players also that I love. Blake Coleman as a Stars fan, and as a Texas-born kid, I love seeing players come from Texas. He was born like 20 minutes away from me in Plano. Seeing him score the second goal, but also win the Stanley Cup is absolutely magical. Would have preferred if he did it with the Dallas Stars, but you can't get everything in life, I guess. And at the same time, there's so many other players. Brayden Point is one of my favorite players in the league, and it's been that way since he entered into the league. He is a fantastic player, showed that throughout the playoffs, and seeing him get the Stanley Cup is awesome. Nikita Kucherov, Mikhail Sergachev, former Rangers, Shattenkirk, and McDonough, both guys that were huge on the defense throughout this playoff run for Tampa. Andre Vasilevsky, who I think had one of the best performances just in terms of long span that he's ever had, especially playoff-wise, has had the best playoffs he's had, but just that whole team in general. And again, it wasn't just the top guys. Sure, Kucherov and Point were scoring like mad, but you had that Gord, Coleman, and Goodrow line that was just insane. You had guys like Killorn who looked solid. Johnson looked pretty good when he played. But that defense, I would say especially, is what made the difference for Tampa. You had Victor Hedman, who was awesome. You had Mikhail Sergachev, who probably played the best hockey of his entire life. And I like Sergachev quite a bit. And you have Shattenkirk, who was great for them. McDonough, who was incredible. Probably played the best hockey he's played with the Bolts thus far in these playoffs. Looks solid. And then you have more depth guys. Cernak was kind of okay. I don't think he needed to be anything special, though, because the rest of the defense was kind of awesome. Ritter was solid as well. You had Luke Shen, who was okay when he was playing. But those top four guys are what made that Tampa really just play great defense overall. But it wasn't just like a few games here and there. Tampa in the past, playoffs-wise, had a couple of fantastic defensive games, but it was consistent, and Tampa's defense was about as consistent as it got. It was almost always on its game, and I feel like that was the main thing that separated Tampa from losing in the Eastern Conference Final again, or losing in the first round to win the Stanley Cup. Vasilevsky was great, and the forwards were as good as advertised, but that defense got the job done, especially on defense, where it was just a lockdown. And a lot of help also comes from the forwards. Again, that Gord, Coleman, and Goodrow line, which I will not shut up about, was insane again in the Stanley Cup Finals. But it was just a mix of everything for Tampa. Everything came all together. And there you go. Also want to congratulate John Cooper on Stanley Cup. He's been there for a whole lot of time. Finally gets it done with the Bolts, and he can finally call himself a Stanley Cup champion, which I love. I love John Cooper as a person. Love seeing him finally get it done, and for Tampa to finally hoist the Stanley Cup. Now, if you've gone through this video, if you're new to this channel, and have thought, hey, this guy likes Tampa quite a bit, I do. You could probably, I don't know if you can tell, but I have two wood boards right here. Dallas is my first favorite team, and Tampa's my number 2, and those are my top 2 teams. And I never expected them to actually meet in the Stanley Cup Final, and I was obviously rooting for the Dallas Stars, as you could tell, but for the Tampa Bay Lightning, if the Dallas Stars are going to lose to any team, I want it to be the Tampa Bay Lightning, especially now with the core they have, not able to get it done throughout their years, but they get it done in 2020, and it's about friggin' time. So once again, congratulations to Bolts fans. An amazing series, I feel, and just great play overall, especially for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Played some of the best hockey I've seen them play, and especially in that Game 6, locked things down. As a Dallas Stars fan, I'm just happy that they made it this far. Honestly, some great memories throughout the ride. Coming back versus Calgary, almost being down in the series 3-1, but then tying it all up, and then coming back and winning. Then you had Colorado, who I didn't think they were going to get past, but Game 7, they went up 3-1, kind of choked a little bit. Then Game 7, Yoel Kiviranta getting it done. Then versus Vegas, where they just kind of destroyed them a little bit in 5 games, and you had Denise Gurianov with the overtime winner. And hey, they won the first game, which gave me so much hope, so much pride, and at least I can say that the Stars were up 1-0 in the Stanley Cup Final when I was alive, and that's pretty cool, in my humble opinion. Once again, to all Bolts fans, absolute congratulations, but also to everybody that's joined me during this run, joined me during these playoffs. We have gone through we started the playoffs with, I'm pretty sure, around 15.8K subs, and then as of right now, we're at 22,700, which just blows my mind. The support over the playoffs and throughout the streams and throughout the videos has been legendary. Next up is a draft. Hoping to have a lot of content out there, but once again for the Tampa Bay Lightning, just a brilliant series. They finally get it done for the first time since 2004. So my advice to all Bulls fans, after you stop watching this video, freaking party like you mean it, because you deserve it. Hopefully you have a good night. For Stars fans as well, hey, I mean, I'm just saying, that first overall pick next year, looking mighty fine. So hit that subscribe button if you're new, hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts on the Bolts getting it done. Share this video with your friends, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Click this card right here to watch all my NHL playoff talk right on one playlist. My name is Nathan. Congrats once again to the Tampa Bay Lightning. I take pride in my Dallas Stars. But man, what a heck of a series, and one heck of a playoff run for the Bolts. I'll see you in the next one, video or stream. Goodbye.